Hey guys, good morning. It is Tiffany here. If this is our first time connecting, I am a clinical hypnotherapist and a toxic relationship recovery coach, and I help women suffering from low self esteem after a toxic relationship or in a toxic relationship regain their happiness and their confidence super quickly. So, if you're popping on live, let me know you're here. Say hey. If you're watching the replay, just say hashtag replay. Let me know you've been here. Say hey in the comments. I like to kind of know who's watching and know who tunes in for my videos and who benefits from my content. So, and I also chat with you in the comments. But today I want to talk about 8 side effects of a toxic relationship. 8 side effects of the aftermath of a toxic relationship or while you're still in it. So, it sucks finding yourself in a toxic relationship, wanting to be happy, wanting to really make this other person happy, and then it ends up being toxic and unhealthy and exhausting and draining, and so I just want to kind of share these side effects. So maybe if you're feeling super negative, if you're feeling a certain way, if you found yourself in a toxic relationship, you can start to become aware of the signs. You can start to become aware of what's going on with you and why you're feeling the way you do, and also realize that you're not broken, you're not messed up, nothing's wrong with you, you're not good enough. Finding yourself in a toxic relationship does not mean you're not good enough. It means nothing about you. It may mean that you have some programming that you believe deep down that you're not good enough, or that you believe that you deserve to be in these relationships, or just the simple fact that you want to be happy and you want to make other people happy, but then it comes down to the cost of your happiness in the end. So I want to share these 8 side effects so you guys know and you can start to become aware if you don't know. You find yourself after a toxic relationship. I'm just going to dive in. The first sign, one of the signs, you may find yourself more guarded. So what I mean by this is that you may start feeling like you cannot trust anyone. This person really hurt you. You may feel like going into different relationships and new relationships that you may be carrying on those old toxic behaviors that you took on with that toxic relationship. And you're also feeling like you can't trust anyone. You feel like they may be cheating on you just because someone else in your past has cheated on you. You may feel like everyone's a narcissist and you have to watch out because everyone has these narcissistic traits, and it scares you because you don't want to put yourself into that situation ever again. So you're guarded. This is also why I feel like more people stay single for so long after a toxic relationship, because they have their guard up. They don't want to open up and even let themselves even be close to being hurt again because it feels so bad. So you may find yourself more guarded. Another sign is you're pessimistic. So it's the opposite of optimistic. Optimistic is where you're open and you see the good things and you're happy and you're enjoying life and you're able to see the positive things of life. And pessimistic is like you don't see anything good. You're very negative. You're very where anything that comes up or anyone someone has to say, you kind of like shut it down, and you don't believe that happiness is possible for you, and you just have this negative vibe to everything in life. Your relationships, your parenting, you may be angry a lot. You may be finding yourself in more toxic relationships. You may feel like you will never be good enough and life will never work out for you. Like this is just what you're destined to live. This is just the way it is. This is just how life is. And I want you to also know that life is never the way it is. Life is never, it is what it is. This is just the way life goes. You get to choose what life is. You get to recreate your life. You get to rebuild yourself. You have that power within you. And in a toxic relationship, and after coming out of a toxic relationship, it can kind of like disintegrate that belief and have you feeling like nothing can ever get better for you. But it can. And I'm here to tell you that it can. Another sign is that you breed negativity. You breed negativity. Everything around you seems to breed negativity. And this kind of goes with the same thing with what I said before, the pessimistic vibe. But you feel like you're just angry. Like you're angry, you're resentful, you're bitter. You aren't the same person you were before because you may remember yourself as being this happy-go-lucky, optimistic, happy, with good vibes, kind of person, open to anything. You were confident. You may have all of those memories of who you were before, but now you just find yourself resentful of people, unable to trust people, angry at yourself for putting yourself in this situation, angry at the people who put you through this toxic relationship, angry and yelling at your kids, yelling at people around you, yelling in the car. You may just find yourself bitter and angry, and all of this negativity breeds more negativity. So it's kind of like that toxic person you were with, that person that didn't treat you very good, you've taken on the traits. And this is also why people question, am I the toxic person? Am I the narcissist? Am I the problem? Because you've taken on those traits of the way that person treated you, and you basically became a little snippet of that type of person because you were around the same type of energy. And so it breeds negativity, and it's been bred into you in some form of way, usually after a toxic relationship. Another sign is you are emotionally exhausted. It can be so exhausting to have someone that puts you down, disrespects you, controls you, manipulates you, makes you think you're crazy, puts you down all the time, makes you believe that you're good enough, makes you believe that you're not good enough, makes you believe that you're stupid or you're dumb or you're a child or you're not an adult or whatever it may be. And then still wanting to make it work, still wanting to put in the work, still trying to make this work. And it can lead you to being emotionally exhausted, trying to do everything and trying to do everything you have to do in life, work your job, raise your kids, but also trying to navigate the whole trying to make this person happy. A toxic person, really a true narcissist, a true super toxic person doesn't want to be happy. They may want to be happy deep down because the hurt hurts so much, but nothing you could ever do, nothing you could ever say, nothing you could ever change will change the happiness of this person. For them to be happy, they have to do the work themselves. They have to do it for themselves, and nothing you could ever do will ever be enough for these toxic people. So that is why a lot of women, after being in a toxic, hey Vanessa, hey Becca, after being in a toxic relationship, find themselves emotionally exhausted, tired, drained, just worn out from putting all the work in, fighting. I know I got to the point where I just kind of, I would like interact with the fights, and I would come back with the yelling and the screaming and everything. But then I just started realizing like it was emotionally like toxic. It was emotionally draining, and it was emotionally like killing me. Like I couldn't put the energy into fight anymore. And so you may find yourself after a toxic relationship being emotionally tired. It really destroys you spiritually, mentally, emotionally. So another thing you may find, another side effect of a toxic relationship or being in or leaving a toxic relationship is just you have a destroyed sense of self-esteem. You have a very, very low self-esteem. You may have found yourself this person telling you you're stupid, you're dumb, you're not good enough, making you feel less than. And then you start, after someone says something for so long, over and over and over, and you may have even heard it in your childhood. This could come from a narcissistic, toxic parent. This could come in any stage of your life. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It can be a friendship. It can be anything. But after someone says something about you so many times that is negative and negative over and over and over again, has you feeling on top of the world, brings you down with the smack, and has you believing the negativity again, and tears you down all the time, for the most of the time, it will destroy your self-esteem. Because our brains are wired. The way our brains are wired is like anything we say, anything we tell ourselves, anything someone else says, anything that has been a negative experience that we've taken on to mean something, our brain believes it. Our subconscious mind cannot determine fantasy from reality. So it doesn't know the difference if we're visualizing it, if we're feeling it emotionally, if we're telling ourselves something. Our brain takes that in as our truth. So when you have someone in an environment with you in your household, or you spend a lot of time with them telling you you're stupid or telling you you're dumb, or putting you down and making you feel like you're not good enough, eventually a lot of people end up believing that, even though it's not true. Even though that everything that person was saying was a projection of how they felt about themselves, we take it on as our truth, meaning if that person said it, maybe it is true. And then we start to question the truth of that. And then we start to look at every negative experience we've ever had, anytime we've ever felt less than, anytime we ever felt not good enough. And then our brain takes it all and says, you know what, if you're starting to believe it, it must be true. If you're starting to say this to yourself, it must be true. Because why would you be saying it, you know? So a lot of women will find themselves, their self-esteem destroyed. They have no self-esteem, they have no self-confidence, they have no belief in themselves, and it's hard to even look to the future because they're so stuck in the negative emotion and the heaviness of all that. So another sign is toxic relationships hinder your personal growth. So these toxic relationships, they lower your self-esteem, they lower your belief in yourself, they lower the feelings of not feeling good enough, and then leave you to stop thinking for yourself. You shut down, you walk on the eggshells, you don't say what you think, maybe you put on a cute shirt that you really loved, and then you come out and you show your significant other. I'm just throwing examples out there. You come out and you show them and they have a lot of negative shit to say. So then you put that on the back burner, you throw the shirt away, you get rid of the shirt, you never wear it. And then it may be even something along the lines of you think about starting a new business. You're curious about going on an adventure and starting a new business, or doing something that your mind has always told you that you would be happy doing. You come to them, you tell them, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, and they completely shut it down. Or maybe you're in the midst of growing a business or doing something new, and they're always talking negatively about it. So then eventually you come to the terms of, maybe I should quit. It's not working out. Like, maybe this isn't for me. Or it could be as simple as you wearing bracelets. To where you put bracelets on, they think it's stupid, so you never wear it again. So all of this negativity hinders you personally. It hinders you growing. It hinders you growing spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. It hinders you growing at all. You're unable to grow because you're stuck in the drama and the up and downs, and you're focusing on making this person happy, and your happiness is put on the back burner. You don't worry about it anymore because you feel a sort of connection to where if you make this person happy, that will make you happy. And in the end, if you eventually did everything to make this person happy, they will never be happy. And so it comes down to you never feeling truly happy. So it'll hinder your personal growth. 7, it will distort your idea of a healthy relationship. Toxic relationships, eventually, after staying so long, you eventually think, well, maybe this is just how all relationships are. Maybe this is just what it is. Like, I have to push through and get through the bad moments. And then it starts to seem familiar after so long. Like, this is just what a relationship's like. And you don't question it. You start not questioning it. You don't start thinking of leaving because it seems familiar. It seems safe. So again, our subconscious mind, I work with the subconscious mind, so I'll be talking a little bit about it. But again, like, the subconscious mind is there to keep you safe. It's there to keep you healthy. It's there to keep you feeling comfortable and in familiar experiences and events and things in your life. It wants to keep you to where you know what's coming and you know what to expect. And so sometimes this is like impacts you negatively. So you may be in this shitty situation, this shitty relationship where you're coming back over and over and over again, or you're staying and you're scared to leave because your brain doesn't want to know unfamiliarity. It doesn't want to feel like there's an unknown end goal. So if you are thinking about leaving and you're starting to question, what if I can't make enough money? What if I won't be able to make it work? What if I just keep coming back? What if, and you have all that unknown, your brain sees that as scary. Your brain sees that as fear. So it keeps you into staying into these unhealthy relationships because it's all you know and it feels familiar, it feels comfortable, even if it's not so comfortable. And so if you leave, this sometimes turns into you seeking familiar toxic relationships because your brain is wired to think that's familiar, that's comfortable. That's why you see so many women, and you may have found yourself in a situation where you've left the toxic relationship, but you continue to find toxic people, and it's almost like these people are just looking for you, like you're a narcissistic radar, or toxic person radar, saying, "Hey, pick me." And it's just because your brain has maybe been wired to feel that familiarity, so it's looking for familiar things within other people, because it feels normal for you, and it doesn't have to be normal for you. Another side effect of a toxic relationship is that it negatively affects yourself, or your health. It negatively affects your health. So what I mean by this is, a lot of women, you may find yourself experiencing anxiety, depression, PTSD, stress, and low energy and fatigue. And you may be realizing that a lot of times after this toxic relationship, or staying in this toxic relationship, you may start to have health problems. You may start to feel really on edge and have that negative energy, and it builds up into something more. And so basically what I've learned, and what they've said in my certification program, was that disease is literally your body at unease, dis-ease. So that's kind of what they contributed to a lot of the diseases, is the stress and the negative effects of your health, with the anxiety and depression and just your body being on edge. And so a lot of women in these relationships may be scared. They may be feeling negatively about themselves. They may be putting themselves down a lot. You may find this is common for you. So if you are finding yourself in a toxic relationship, and you're dealing with the aftermaths and the side effects of a toxic relationship, please know there is so much more. Please know that sometimes it just takes kind of rewiring those inside parts of you to realize that you are good enough again. That you realize that you can be confident, you can believe in yourself, you can recreate your life, and you don't have to stay stuck. And this is not the way life is. This is not the way life's supposed to be. This is not just how it is, just because you've lived this for so long. So if you guys are struggling with low self-esteem, you are struggling with any of these side effects after a toxic relationship, please reach out to me. I do free calls all the time, to where we jump on the phone, we talk about what you're going through, we talk about your struggles, what this relationship has done to you, what you feel internally, what is going on in your head, what is going on in your life, and we talk about your future. What do you want for yourself? Do you want the happiness? Are you ready for the peace? Are you ready to release the toxic feelings and heaviness of the emotion, and start to make clear boundaries for yourself? Start to stand up for yourself. Start to recreate yourself. You may have lost yourself in the midst of all this chaos. You may have lost yourself to where you're like, I don't even know who I am. I don't feel like who I once was. I don't recognize myself when I see myself in the mirror. I bow down. I don't talk. I walk on eggshells. I may kind of avoid my significant other, or I may just avoid other people in fear. So if this is you, if you find this is you, please book a call with me. Let's chat. Let's get you to believing. Let's get you to living your life again and regaining that happiness and confidence within yourself. And if you guys are interested, you can go to my cover photo on my profile. You can click the cover photo, and then there's a link in the description and the caption, and you can go and you can find the best time for you. So if that interests you at all, let's jump on the phone, let's chat, let's get you to where you can absolutely be happy and confident again. I want to help. So I love you guys. I hope this video kind of made you more aware of you not being broken, you not being good enough, and just that maybe these are side effects of a toxic relationship. So I hope this video helped. If you feel like someone else out there may need to hear it too, please share it so they know they're not alone, and they can see it, and maybe start to become aware of their situation, and that they're not broken. It's just the relationship that was broken, or the other person that was broken. So I hope this video helped. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.